Hey, it's Golden Buddha here, and today we have another unboxing video. So this is, let's open it up so I can show you good people the goodies I got. Ooh, okay. So, no need of scissors in this one. All right. Oh. And so, this is old school stylish. Look at this, baby. Look at this. Does this not look stylish? I'm really getting Dragon Quest vibes from this whole Dragon Quest, Kira Toriyama vibes from this whole artwork. I love this. So this is classless discovery-based advancement, and it's designed for old school essentials. All right, for those of you folks that don't know, Old School Essentials is basically a retro clone that takes some of the old editions of D&D, namely Basic and Expert, and kind of cleans it up and makes it more legible. It's by Gavin Norman, I think is his name. But this is a little zine for this. Let's see what's inside of it. All right, so Old School Stylish is a supplement for Old School Essentials, OSE, that replaces its class system with one that focuses on what your characters do and find in the game world. Instead of picking a class from a list and following its ability progression, your characters will find dusty manuals in time-lost libraries, petition or rescue masters in the hope of learning their secrets, or even invent their own techniques. Basic D&D, you pick your class, which can also be a race. So you have like the basic fighter, thief, cleric, then you have magic user, and then you get into dwarves, elves, and what's the last one? Dwarves, elves, and of course halflings. Duh. Can't forget the hobbits. And so I guess this just allows you to just take all that out. Base mechanics, equipping styles. So this actually is kind of like, if we're talking about equipping styles and changing jobs and stuff like that, that kind of reminds me of, what is it? FF3? The one where you play as like Onion Knight and it's kind of terrible and you fight that Cloud of Darkness chick at the end and you beat her, but you don't really beat her because she's literally entropy and you can't kill her. Anyways, whatever, I digress. So it says, characters start with one style slot and will require an additional slot at levels 2, 5, and 8. You should decide, based on the needs of your game, whether characters can swap styles in and out. Characters' base abilities. So you start with D6 hit dice, and the character always has at least a 1 hit point, regardless of what styles are equipped. Base attack bonus equal to half their level rounded down. Okay, so all of the experience charts here are basically uniform, so I don't think people level up differently in this, because usually in old school stuff it's like, okay, fighter, it takes 2,000 XP for him to level up, and then it takes like the thief like 1,200. It looks like you have thief progression right here, so that's 1,200 to get to level 2. 1,200 XP. Designing new styles. So let's see what styles we have. Oh, and of course we have a chart for how styles are found. Ooh, so it could be maybe a master was locked in an Imperial dungeon and you find him. So, you put Obi-Wan down there and now all of a sudden, oh, cool. When you find him, he teaches you how to be the mystic class, which is like a monk. Or a book that appears to describe dance steps unlike any seen in this region. Oh, look at this one. Granted by drinking and surviving irradiated water or intense poison. So you could just do like the whole X-Men background. That's pretty cool. Or liquid forbidden knowledge. That's great. Petitioning masters, treasure, monsters. If a monster grants a style, it should do so via more than killing just one. The way the players learn from the monster should be a part of play. Perhaps they track it for a week, goad it into taking a special action, etc. So the DM's supposed to like seed the world with like styles and just say, okay, well, over here is where the master is, where you can learn how to be a monk. And then maybe here's the forest where you can track down some animals and learn how to be a ranger. Or here's the halfling community where you can learn how to be a halfling class. Oh yes, this is my bread and butter here. We got charts. We got charts for days, baby. All right, so let's do some quick rolls here. I'm gonna grab my dice, and we're gonna see what this master is like. Okay. First roll. My master is a bit eccentric. They make students their accomplices as they commit various crimes against the nobility. Well, that doesn't sound good. To convince my master to train, I had to... Oh, it says roll a... It says D20 on here, but it wants you to... Oh, there it is right there. So it says 3. I got a 3 here. Demonstrate my piety by some act for their community. All right. Again, interesting. So he's running around. He's making us commit various crimes against it. Maybe he's like a Robin Hood type character. I can see that. And to complete my training, my master's final lesson was... Got a 12. To value honesty. They admitted they were not a master of anything and had grifted me. Oh, shit. But somehow, the things I learned still work. So he was like, oh, I've been pretending to be Robin Hood this entire time. I'm not Robin Hood. I'm just I'm just trying to sell you cryptocurrency. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do. All right, that's it. But luckily, during this whole thing, you may have learned how to become, I don't know, the bard class or something. All right, sample style, or style invention, sample mechanics. Inventing a new style through a spark of inspiration is tough to mechanize in a way that will be useful at every table. So here's a list of basically suggestions. And here is a list of the starting styles here. All right, so we got academic. Carrying a textbook gives access to relevant expert knowledge. Okay, I like that. We got the bandit. That's a +1 to move silently or hide in shadows. So I'm guessing this book uses the whole D6 for thief abilities instead of using the percentile chart that's usually used. So normally with thieves, you roll a D100. Then it's like, okay, well, if you roll under, you get it, or you succeed the sneaking or the stealing or whatever thief thing you were trying to do. Burglar, bureaucrat, crafter, cook, delinquent. Okay. +1 damage to enemies laying on the ground or held in place by an ally. They're like, hold him down. And then you just get to stomp him out. Detective, farmer. Okay, I like that. Fisherman. Okay, I like that. Always succeed on hunting rolls near a body of water. Okay, cool. Ooh, hunter. 1 in 6 chance to turn any corpse into a ration. Laborer, librarian, mediator. Oh, +1 on reaction rolls with humanoids. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here, and these are more these are like backgrounds, it seems. It's pretty cool. And then we have advanced styles. Oh boy. Let's see, we got acrobatics. Oh, and then we have MP in this game, or MP in the supplement. Ooh, so we got acrobatics. Agile, can climb sheer surfaces or run across them, jump twice as far and high as the average person, and can run over water or thick gas for the duration of a single round of combat at a time. So like you could like run over like what do you mean by thick gas? Like are we talking like could you run over a cloud? Would it have to be like fog? Could you run over fog, or would it have to be like, I don't know. I'm not like could you run over like a cloud of methane, but like running over a cloud of oxygen wouldn't do it? I don't know. Slippery. Enemies who attack this character while they retreat from melee don't get any bonuses and instead roll the attack with disadvantage. Okay, so now this supplement's drawing some stuff from 5th edition, namely advantage and disadvantage, which if you were to borrow anything from 5th edition, that would be it. Yeah, that's solid. So it's kind of like a thief type dude, maybe. Advanced styles. We got anti-magic. You can siphon MP and dispel things. Okay. At will, it looks like. Can end an ongoing spell or spell effect other than a curse with a touch. That's actually really cool. We got archery. I'm not about to explain archery. We got arcanism. Oh, spell of protection. Suggested learning. Finding a tome containing the spells. Trying to copy it is useless. The spells appear to be alive and will not transfer their knowledge to those not holding the tome. So you gotta actually like hold the spell book to cast. That's kind of rough. But I mean, that's what they do in those RPGs a lot of the time. You'll see like their idle stance, they're like holding a book. Assassin's Fist. When attacking a humanoid unaware of the user's presence, roll the attack with advantage and deal damage as normal. If this character has the backstab ability, double the damage. The target then makes a save versus death at a penalty equal to half the user's level, rounded down. On a failure, they die. If the target is in combat and has seen the user recently, a move silently check is necessary. All right, and it's with humanoid, so you can't assassinate an owlbear unless your DM just kind of like, that sounds cool. All right, Assassin's Fist, I like it. And got battle magic. So they get magic missile, mirror image, and shield. All right, that's dope. Oh, and it also suggests how you learn it in these different styles, which is nice, because you could actually do, because basically what these styles do, they double their requirements for the class, but they also double as plot hooks. So for example, for Assassin's Fist, you have a captured assassin may teach it in exchange for release. So now, right? So now it's like you find the assassin in whatever dungeon you're in, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I can teach you the way of the fist. Just let me out of here." I don't know. Maybe he's lying, but you know, it's like, oh, but what if we do? You know, and then, and if you're playing this and having kind of doing the whole classless advancement, now they have more reason to kind of interact with people like this. Now they're looking for people. They're just like, oh man, he seems cool. You know, instead of just like, all right, well, let's go to the next dungeon. I'm like, no, man, let's see what these people can give us, you know. And then you can also have the styles be sort of payment as well. We got battle trance, cavalry. Ooh, I'm a fan of cavalry. +2 attack and AC when mounted. Spur steed. Any mount they ride moves twice as fast and can leap horizontally up to 30 feet. That's crazy. But that's definitely like some anime shit right there. That is 100. Like, it's crazy how people like. It's like you're just riding on a normal mule, and then you're like, all right, let's do it, and then he like starts double jumping like Torrent from Elden Ring. Let's see, cheerleading. All right, can spend 1 magic point to perform or make a show of compassion that grants an ally advantage on a roll. All right, I like it. So like some bard stuff. Although not necessarily using music, you can just be like, "Hey, you could do it," and do the anime cheer, and just like, you just gotta believe in yourself, and then you could beat the bad guy, and then you're just like, "Oh, well, I do believe in myself," and then you just get a +4. Oh, and they can also do counter charm. Can use words, music, or song to give anyone a new saving throw again. I love things like that. To give Anyone a new saving throw against charm effects and other mind affecting magic. So if someone gets dominated, that's a big thing. That's a +4. That's big. What else do we have? Ooh, dragon dive. Let me check this out. Can make an attack against an enemy while falling from 10 feet or higher at +4. And deals double damage on success. Ah, so this is where you get up on the roof and you do the thing that the plunging attack. Ram it down into him, and it's just like, oh. And also, I think this is a reference to the dragoon. Who's the guy from the guy from Final Fantasy 2? You get him late game, and he's like he's a dragon knight. In fact, yeah, there's no way they didn't get that from this, or they didn't get this from that. And yeah, he's like the last dragon knight, and he has like this leap ability, and he fights with a lance. He's really cool. I think his name was Richard. You get him late game, but he's cool people. Dies horribly. Spoiler alert. He gets fucking incinerated. Ooh, dueling. Okay. Ooh, 8 drunken gods, elementalism, exorcism, flying dagger, geomancy. If you want to fight like Jackie Chan and Drunken Master, boom, 8 drunken gods. Let's do it. So that's your monk stuff. Oh, and then the suggested learning for this is kind of fun. Completing an entire adventure under the effects of alcohol. Alternatively, a character spends 2d4 periods of downtime under beggar so and must finance his dangerous drinking habits in this period. Ooh, be like water. And precision. +2 to one-handed melee weapons or fists while not using a shield. And be like water is at the end of each round, they may make a free counterattack against a single enemy in melee who attempted to attack them. When they hit an enemy with the attack, but before they roll damage, they may opt to do no damage instead and accomplish another effect, such as temporarily blinding or stunning the enemy. This is dope. Because then you can do like you can be like a Raphael from Soul Calibur, or you can do the whole like Jack Sparrow shit where he's fighting with the sword, but he's doing like all this other stuff, and he's like jumping around, and he's knocking over his opponents, he's throwing sand in their eye. You know, that I like that. That's really cool. And it kind of reminds me of the Mighty Deeds from DCC, which is another cool game. Flying dagger. If you want to play Scorpion for Mortal Kombat, boom, this is the style for you. Wields a small bladed weapon on a chain as they would a whip. Deals a d6 damage and can hit enemies up to 30 feet away. They can attack with it as a whip at +2. And then when they hit their target, they can lodge it in them, and then they can pull them. Yeah, they can do the whole get over here. They can do that with this. So cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, nice. Guardian, healing, hungry wolf, illusionism, osmo magic, Rendashinken, and searching sword. Ooh. Let's look at osmo magic, because I don't know. I don't have any idea what the fuck that is. Siphon spell. When the user is affected by a spell that threatens to harm them, regardless of whether they save successfully, they recover magic points equal to the spell level. You can counterspell, kinda, but like you just take the magic. Let's see. Mirror spell. If a spell or magical ability targets them or includes them in its area of effect, for an hour thereafter they mirror it and may cast it themselves as if they knew it for MP equal to its spell level. Oh, so this is like the blue mage from Final Fantasy. Like he kind of takes certain skills and abilities from his enemies and uses them against them. All right, that's cool. We got healing magic. I'm not about to explain healing magic. Hungry wolf. Pounce. Ignores the slow property on weapons and cleave. Ooh. When they kill an enemy with fewer HD than they have, they can immediately attack another enemy within melee range. That's sick. That's one of the things I love about the fighter in like first edition. Except like for them, they can only get cleave against enemies that are, I think, 1 hit dice or less. Searching sword, because I like swords. Blade devotion, +2 with a single weapon, chosen when the style is learned. Block arrow, okay, that's dope. You can take down a missile. Excellent balance. Extraordinary balance allows them to stand on a rock floating in a river, a tree branch. Oh, so this is if you want to do like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit, and you want to do a lot of wuxia. This is the style that you want to do. They're talking about, which is to me one of the silliest things in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon when they're fighting among like the bamboo trees, and they're just kind of balancing on bamboo branches. Like it's silly. It's still a badass movie, but either way. Let's see what we got. We got serpent spear, so that's like a spear based off of like that uses snakes as like its inspiration. So yeah, it's cool that some of these are related to monsters. Not all of these are just you find the guy and you learn the thing. Some of these are just related to, like for example, squirrel whispering. The Whisper can speak to animals for 10 minutes for 1 NP and gets +1 reaction rolls from animals when doing so. And you can summon them as well. And you would learn this from a squirrel. Spirit Sword, Spycraft. What else we got? What else we got? Ooh, Telekinesis. Let's go. We got Telepathy, Thievery, Treasure Hunting. Oh, Wind Cutting Blade. Okay. And what do we have in the back here? We got secret styles here in the back. Ooh, Sainted Sword, Mimicry, Arson, Seeing. So I guess Seeing has to do with like premonitions and clairvoyance. Yeah, it looks like it because you get psychometry and premonition. It says it right there. Arson. Ooh, you can you can blow up like a Pokemon. You know, like the Voltorb. The user may spend as many MP as they like to use this ability. It causes the user to glow for a few seconds and then creates a 50-foot radius explosion originating where they stand. The explosion deals 2d6 damage per magic point to creatures and objects within its radius, including the user. So, hell, actually, really, what that means, you could pull like a Majin Vegeta type move, where depending on what level you are, you might have a lot of MP to dump into that, because that's like if you dump 5 MP in that, that's you're doing 10d6. That shit's crazy. And then you have summoning and sorcery, and these come with tables as well. Ooh, oh, so the summon. Oh, this is awesome. So with the summoning, this is kind of like the summoning magic that's in, you know, all of the Final Fantasy games. So it says register has 3 beads that they can give to another creature. A creature who willingly accepts one of these beads can be summoned using the call ability. The bead returns to the user after summoning a registered creature. Let's see what we got to summon. If stats are necessary, treat them as lesser Djinn or elementals. Add +1 to this roll per 2 additional MP spent. Alright, so we got Vitra. A great fleshy serpent materializes, devouring the party's enemy. And then it departs for the for the nearest D6 settlements, eating half of their population while singing the name and praises of the summoner. Oh, that's rough. So it's like, hey, it's going to eat everyone. It's not going to kill you, but people aren't going to like you. Because they're going to know, you're going to have to lay low for a while. You are going to have to, oh, that's crazy. Then we have Kana. The ornery trickster with beautiful long hair pretends to help the party, but disappears next round with all the possessions of the summoner, leaving them with 2 randomly selected 6th-level spell scrolls and a jar of butter. I mean, that's fucked up depending on how much stuff you had, but I mean, 6th-level spell scrolls, that's not... There's worse things you could get out of that deal, definitely. And plus the jar of butter, added bonus in my eyes. Like, why would you not want a jar of butter to go with your scrolls? Then we got Agony. A flaming toddler appears for d6 rounds. He giggles with glee as he sets large swaths of the area in 10-foot radius. As he sets large swaths of the area on fire. in 10-foot radius circles, starting with areas containing flammable objects, and then moving on to creatures chosen at random. I would never want to summon this guy, ever. Boomy, a sand woman shakes the earth in a 100-foot radius. Standing requires a save against death, falling to the ground taking d6 damage on a failure. Sound structures become unsound, unsound ones collapse. And she leaves in 1d6 rounds. We got Vayu. Looks like they can cast control weather every minute for 10 minutes, choosing random results and targets. Oh, hey, but you can bribe them with food and drink and poetry. All right, I'm with it. Right, then we got Kalki, a masked warrior with sparkling black skin, rides across the battlefield on a white horse. They swing an invisible sword that kills the wicked. Creatures within a 100-foot radius fighting for any reason other than self-preservation take 46 damage, saving against death to have it. The warrior then disappears at the end of the round. That's actually, that could actually easily turn on the party. That could easily fuck the party over. But I like it. Then we got Narda. A sage projects a calming aura, healing all within a 50-foot radius for d6 plus 1 HP, and causing them to lower their weapons. And he offers to mediate, departing if no negotiations fail. Alright. And then we got Indra, and he will target a heroic enemy of the summoner's choice with a lightning bolt cast as a 9th level character. Will depart in a huff if there are no worthy targets. So he'll just pop up and be like, hey, lightning strike, and then leave. Hanuman, a reverent ape-man pledges to protect and aid the summoner for 2d4 hours. Treat a stone giant. And then finally we got Lakshmi. A joyful four-armed woman made of solid gold grants her blessing to the summoner, giving them advantage on all rolls, including the party's initiative, for 1 hour. It's pretty dope. So yeah, this is the book. Page count is not too crazy. 27 pages, as you can see. And this is just a suggestion. This is just something, if you're tired of playing OSE as normal and you want to try something different and try to have, like, instead of just people coming out the gate saying, hey, I want to play a wizard, or hey, I want to play a bard, you can have people organically learn these styles and organically kind of build their character up through adventuring in the world. I think this is a really cool book. And again, you guys can check it out. I think, where's this book from? Yeah, I think you can get this on Exalted Funeral. And yeah, big ups to Chris Ramdeen. Seems like the main writer. And big ups to Cosmic Orrery. And big ups to Yomiya, the cover art. Boom. So yeah, you guys check this out. And let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And as always, this is Golden Buddha telling you, stay enlightened and stay safe.